Hey everyone, this is not going to be like my typical podcast. It is 11:27 at night here in North Carolina, and I was getting ready to go to bed, but I decided to hook up my mic and start talking. I've been beating myself up a lot lately. I have allowed my anxiety to rule my life for so long that I sincerely don't know how to be without it. And it's starting to get to the point to where it's affecting everything. I told you guys in my anxiety podcast that when I'm super, super anxious, I stutter. It's more like stumbling, but it's still there. And that is one of the most frustrating things to me. If you are a stutterer, and there are times where I flat out just stutter, and it's embarrassing, it's stressful, and it's just annoying. Because trust me, those of us who stutter don't really like it either. It is just ridiculous. But aside from that, I have been beating myself up for different things. I hate how when I'm at work, like when I'm on my way to work, I'm great. I play my music in the car, or I talk to a friend on the way to work, and I'm at peace. Like, I'm great. I feel loose inside. I feel fantastic. But as soon as I walk into my office at work, not even through the front door, but sometimes it doesn't hit me until I walk through the door of my office, and it's like my insides just slam shut. I feel tight all inside. And it doesn't matter who is talking to me. I can't look them in their face. Forget about trying to talk to people. It's like I can't get my thoughts together. I just feel so overwhelmed and so stressed out. I shouldn't feel that way in a workplace. But doing the job that I do every day, it is stressful. And it's to the point where I'm starting to believe it's a little too stressful for me. Yes, every job does have its stressors. I can't say that there's a job out there that there's not some form of stress, whether the job actually creates it or you have it yourself as you try to do the job that you have. For instance, let's say you just have like a simple task, but how you go about it stresses you out. That's what I mean. The job itself is not stressful, but how you do it can be. And so I really don't know what to do with that. I haven't been at my job very long. It will be a year in November. That's not really long to stay at a job. My previous job, I was only there for a year. The job before that was a year and some change, so almost like a year and a half. So it's not really good. So I don't want that to be my record. But can I really stay at a place where I'm that anxious every day? Can I really afford to stay there mentally, emotionally? It's not as easy and as simple as leaving everything at the door. how can I go about this? How can I change this? I have no idea. So I'm sitting here and I'm thinking about all the things that I can do. I tried putting up quotes around my desk. I was asked to take those down. I can't really play music out loud because my boss really doesn't like that. Some days she does, some days she doesn't. So I just avoid it altogether because I don't want to have the okay one day and then it's not okay another day. I don't really like that. So I just avoid it altogether. I have said before that I listen to songs and books and I have my headphones. Now I'll do that. But a lot of times I have to take them out because either the phone will ring or I have to get up or someone is talking to me. So it's not always convenient to do that. I can't take any oils in the office to spray or whatnot because they can get kind of intense. And I move around a lot as well at times. Most times I am at my desk, but I do also move around a lot. So I'm struggling to try to find a way to latch on to something that can bring me back to my center. Someone actually told me that, and I can't remember who it was, but they said you have to latch on to something. You have to find something that reminds you of peace and of calm. Something that's so powerful that no matter what is happening around you, it can bring you back to that calm. I don't know what that thing is going to be for me. I can't really do Nutella right now because I'm trying to lose weight and work on my body. And actually, exercise has been a great stress reliever, huge stress reliever, but that's in the morning. And even that is starting to stress me out because that makes me clock in later for work. Although I found a way kind of around that. But that's still a stressor because I don't know how long I'll be allowed to work out at work and then clock in later. So it's just one stress after another. And then I have the stress of my home life. It's just me here, but bills are always a stressor. Making sure that I get healthy food because I am starting to work out and lose weight. Making sure that I don't binge eat, making sure I don't not eat, because there are times where I don't eat as well, where I don't drink enough water. All those things add stress to my life. So it's all about finding a balance, and I have not found that. I do like, however, the Calm app. It has helped me tremendously. But even with that, I don't always click on it. I don't always do what I'm supposed to do with it. Because it's a matter of clicking on it and doing it. And it's not on my front screen my home screen when I open my phone. So it's kind of like out of sight, out of mind. There, just put it on my home screen. But I'm really struggling to find that place, to find that balance. I don't know how to get to that place. And so I beat myself up about it. I constantly, like, for instance, if I stutter really, really bad at work, that plays in my mind over and over and over and over and over and over and over again, to the point where my chest gets tight. I'm gonna have to shake my head. I'm like, come on, focus. So it's like it traps me in this loop of living that embarrassment over and over and over again. Nobody else, either they don't see it or they just choose to ignore it. But nobody else says anything about it. I'm the only one that freaks out. And then I get jittery and worked up, and then I can't calm down. It's so much work just to get through the day sometimes. And I don't know how to not do that. I don't know how to just go through the day as a normal person. I just don't feel normal at times. Most of the time, really. But as I talk to other people, I realize that there are more people out here that struggle with that than I realize. But what do we do? How do we live without feeling like we're about to jump out of our skins just because we do one thing that is so frustrating or stressful for us that nobody else seems to notice, but we do, and we trap ourselves in that loop? How do we live our lives without having that every day? What is that one magical thing that we're supposed to latch on to that will bring us back to peace? How do we find that? And then it's a stressor to find that. So it's just, how do we do this? How do we live this thing called life? I have no idea. But I have continuously beat myself up about it for as if that's going to help. I have no idea. I don't have the answer. It's just something that was on my mind tonight. And I so wish that it was like a simple patch I could put on my arm or a natural pill I could take, because I don't like taking a whole lot of pills at all. But I wish it was something. I don't want to be drugged. I don't want to take any kind of drugs. Natural things I will do. But I don't like taking drugs because that's not solving the problem. That's not helping me figure out the problem, and that's not helping me live. That's just allowing me to live and walk around like a zombie, really. And that's not how I want to live my life. I'm not putting down anybody who is on pills. If that's how you feel that you can get through each day, more power to you. I just know I just don't like that feeling. But there has to be a better way to live than to constantly feel like this. To constantly feel like you're not good enough because your speech isn't always the best, or your chest is really tight, or you feel like everybody's mad at you or doesn't like you, when in reality that's not the case. And even if people don't like you, so what? But it's usually not as bad as we think it is. This podcast episode really has no topic. That's why it's called Untitled. I just had to get that off my chest. And I hope I reach somebody who is feeling the same way. And maybe we can encourage each other. Wherever this is posted, I encourage you guys to encourage each other. And give some examples of things that you guys do. I would love to hear your thoughts. I would love to see all the things that you do, what teas you drink, what herbs you take, all that kind of stuff. I appreciate you for listening, and have a good night.